Hello guys, my name is Iggy and today I'm here at the Harlem Eubank Tyrone McKenna press conference. I'm joined by the pride of Brighton, so one and only Harlem Eubank. Harlem, how are we, mate?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Excited to be here. You're back in Brighton, hometown. Just talk to me about what it's like going to be Brighton Centre March the 7th.
It's going to be huge. It's a great fight to bring back to Brighton. Um, Great to fight here in my home city. The last time out, we had a great, really good atmosphere. It was electric in there, and looking forward to bettering that this time against a world level operator um, in Tyrone McKenna.
Last time out, amazing atmosphere at Brighton Centre, one of the best events I've ever been to. Talk to me about Tyrone McKenna as the opponent, bringing a bit something different to your last fight. Just talk to me about the kind of matchup you expect and what you expect from Tyrone McKenna as the opponent.
I expect what he always brings. He brings a lot of heart, a lot of toughness, and tries to bring war. That is exactly what I expect from him. He does what he says on the tin. What it says on the tin. So that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I'm prepared for.
Obviously, it was a rough year last year. Obviously, not getting the amount of fights you wanted. Adam Azim was on the table. I spoke to Adam Azim. He said he still would be up for that fight. Obviously, you've got Tyrone McKenna, but can you just talk to me about sort of everything you had to overcome last year, the fight you had in November? Just talk to me about the whole of 24 and how you reflect on it now.
It was the most frustrating year of my career. Coming off the best standout win of my career. Which those two things don't go together at all. So it didn't make any sense, and a lot of frustration. But we're through the other end now, and we've got a huge fight to bring back to Brighton against the Pride of Ireland and Tyrone McKenna.
Last time out, we obviously had your uncle. He was he was a big part of the promotion for this. He's not here now. Can you just talk to me about whether he will be involved in this, and if we're gonna see him make an appearance again?
He's always involved. He's always there, whether it's behind the scenes or in person. He's always bringing his influence to me and what I go in the ring and execute. So it's yeah, he may be there with me on fight night, but he's always dropping them wisdoms that I can go back to him and rely on his words of wisdom to bring the fire and excel on fight night.
Everyone knows the character that he is, but when you're behind closed doors, he's giving you that advice. What is he like, and what does he pinpoint to you behind the scenes to help you better yourself as a fighter?
He's very much like as you in the public see. It's pretty much the same thing, maybe a little bit more watered down, but the wisdom he brings, he's been there, he's done it, he's seen it, and he's felt it. So he knows exactly what it's like, and he can give me that. He can pass on that real kind of experience from being in there and excelling in the sport. Yeah, I'm gonna draw from that wisdom, and I'm motivated by that, to go in there and represent.
We heard Colour up there say that whoever wins this will be top 10 in the world. How far away do you think you are from getting that world title shot or being in the mix for a really, really big fight?
I want to be there. I'll be ready for a world title shot by the end of the year. I'm locked in on Tyrone McKenna, so I'm not thinking past that. But yeah, I'm excited for the year ahead, but full focus on March 7th.
Obviously, the undercard, really good. We got Tommy Welch, an amazing undercard, probably one of the most stacked we've had. Obviously, Michael Condon. You just talked about the buzz that we're going to get from the undercard before you make the walk.
It's going to be massive. A lot of Brighton talent able to showcase their skills. So it's another good thing for me to be able to put on a show here and allow other local talent to shine. And yeah, as you said, Mick Conlon on the card too. It's going to be a big Irish crowd in there as well. So it may be hostile.
Are you expecting any sort of hostility in there, or are you just expecting your people to come out?
Hey, we're at home. My people will be out, but I think it could be hostile as well. So
a little mix of both.
A good competitive mix of both. Each willing their man on, and that's what you want. That's a great fighting atmosphere, and I'm gonna use all that energy to thrive and execute a performance.
Obviously, Eubank Ben's been announced as well. You were originally on the first card for that. Could you just talk to me about seeing it announced 2 years later? What your thoughts are going into that Blockbuster Clash?
2 years of madness. Is it 3 years even? Maybe
might
3
be,
years.
yeah, it might be.
But yeah, craziness. And I still won't believe it until I see them in the ring together. I still, I still, it's 3 days away last time. It was on the undercard, as you said, and it didn't happen. So yeah, I'll believe it when they're in the ring facing off.
I see a lot of split between people. A lot of people think Conor Ben's going to win. A lot of people think Chris is going to do a job on him. Obviously, I'm sure you're going to back Junior, but what do you see Junior's keys to victory are against Conor Ben?
Turn up and be Chris Eubank Jr. That's all he needs to do. If you know boxing, there can be no doubt in your mind. There's a lot of obviously general, uh, more of a general audience that maybe don't don't watch boxing or listen to interviews and are motivated by hype. So maybe them guys have bought into the hype. But if you know boxing, you can't see it any other way than Chris Eubank Jr.
Can you talk to me about what it was like growing up with the Eubank name? Obviously, the Eubank Ben rivalry absolutely huge. Can you just talk to me about sort of growing up, the Eubank name? Did you learn like watching that at the time, learning about it, growing up through that? Can you just talk to me about that experience of sort of living through that time and how big that sort of whole rivalry actually is?
Yeah, well, that kind of rivalry started before I was born. So wherever, wherever I went, whether it was school or anywhere else, that was always talked about when they see the last name Eubank. They always drew that comparison to you related to. So you had a sense that a huge rivalry had been a huge legacy, sorry, had been established by my uncle and the fights that he was in. So you always felt pride in that as well, pride in his achievements and how high he'd been able to lift the Eubank name.
Final one from me. I'll see you on Fight Week. I'll be there on Fight Night cheering you on. What can the fans expect coming to Brighton? Your people coming out. What can they expect, and what's your final prediction against Tyrone McKenna?
Expect fireworks. This is going to be a great fight against the fan favorite Irish fighter. It's going to be a great rivalry and a devastating performance from myself.
Harlem Eubank, thank you very much, mate. Thank you.